All right, so in this exercise, we're going to create cast in place and precast concrete beams. And then also, I'm going to show you how to edit the concrete beam joints. Okay, so the first thing that we'll be doing, let us add some cast in place concrete beams. Okay, so let's go to the structure tab, and then I'll go to the beam tool. Okay, so I select the beam tool, and then from the properties, okay, so these are the types that is loaded in the project. So I'm gonna use here 450 by 600. Okay, and then I do not want to put a tag on it, so that's why I'm gonna leave this one unchecked, and then I'm going to uncheck the chain here. Okay, so let's do this. So I'm going to add beam on my let's say B3. So I click that, and then after that, I'm going to click the intersection here. So there you go. Okay, so very simple. All right, so the next thing that we'll be doing, let us add another beam on, but this time I'm gonna check the chain tool. Okay, so let me place it here. So I'm gonna click that, and then snap at the midpoint. There you go, and it's chained. That's why it's continuously creating my concrete beam. So I click that, and then I'm going to press escape once so that it will not totally terminate the beam tool. So just press escape once, and you are still on the beam tool. All right, so what else? So I want to put one here to here. There you go, and then I'm going to pick here. All right, so I'll just select here, modify. So there's now our concrete beam. So I can change the detail level here, or the visual style, to a hidden line, and you will see how it looks like. So hidden line, and there you go. So it's now a hidden line. So let me go to the 3D view. Okay, and so there's my concrete. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my section box here. So just check that one, and then I'll just click the section box and then move it up. Oh, too much. All right, and then maybe I'll select and adjust. So this is now how it looks like. So I'm gonna type SD to change the visual style to shaded view. There you go. And then if you want to modify your concrete beam, okay, if you select your concrete beam and check the properties here, so you can modify, let's say, the geometric position. So you can modify the YZ justification, YZ justification, and then you can also add an offset value. Like, for example, if you want to add another offset on your concrete beam, so you can change the Z offset value. Okay, so the justification here is top. So let us play around. So let's change this one. What does it look like if it is origin? So there's the origin and top. There's top, center. There's center, and then there's also bottom. There you go. Okay, so now I'll just put it back again to my top here. So what I want to do is I'm going to select all of my concrete beams. So I can click one of the concrete beam, right click, and then select here. Where is it? Select all instances visible in view. So if I select this one, as you can see, I have here 4 concrete beams. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Right, so another option, so click, right click, select all instances. If you select here in entire project, so as you can see, it also select the other beams that is not showing in this view. Now it says 5. Okay, so if I try to adjust this one, okay, so there's the 5th one, right? So click, right click, select all instances visible in view. So the total here is 5. Okay, so let's say, for example, what I want to do is I want to adjust the Z offset value. Okay, so let me select, right click, visible in view. So I have 5 girders. So I'm gonna change the offset value. I'll just change that. Let's say I want that to be, I want to add another 300. Okay, so I'll select here offset value minus 300, and then apply. There you go. So there is an offset value there of 300. Alright, so now the next thing that I'll be doing, let me go back to my first floor. So I'm going to add some precast. Okay, so I want to add some precast concrete beams here. Okay, so let me just go to the 3D again, and then I'll adjust this one to show this side here. Okay, right, and then I select the first floor, and then I click tile view so I can see it side by side. There you go. All right, so let's create our precast concrete beam. So I select the beam here, and then from the type properties, I select here the precast concrete beam. So let's say the size that I want is 300 RB 600. So I'll select that one, and then I want to make sure that the chain here is checked so I can create it continuously. Again, I do not want a tag here, so I'll just leave it as it is. All right, so using the line tool, so I'm going to click here, click that, and then I'm going to click this one here. There you go, and then I'm going to click here. There you go. Okay, and then I'm going to select here, modify. Okay, so aside from that, you can also edit the concrete beam joins. Okay, so you can go to the beam join editor. So let's say you want to change how this these two beams join. Okay, so you can select one of the beam, and then after that, from the modify structural framing, so go to the geometry, and then you have an option here, beam column joins. So I'm gonna select this one, and you are now on the editor. So as you can see, you have here some arrows, right? So if I'm going to select this arrow here, so as you can see, if I click that, so there you go. Okay, so as you can see, notice that the arrow control reverses, indicating that is no cutback for the beam, and the beam now extends to the wall. So same with this one here. So if you want, so you can click that arrow and it's now extending to the wall. So there's no cutback. Okay. Now for this join here, so what I want to do is I want to make it like a miter join condition. So I'm going to select this arrow, or maybe just this arrow here. So I click this, and there you go. So it's now miter join. And then there's also a lock icon here. If you want to lock this join here, you can click the lock there. Okay, and then after that, just select here modify to terminate the tool. So there you go. So there's the join now. Okay. All right. So that's it for this simple exercise. So hopefully you learned something from this video. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can put it on the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.